Hello and welcome to another video from Flaming Spider Cyclone. Today we're going to change the brake caliper on a 2002 Ford Escape. The process is the same for 2001 to 2007, as well as the Mazda Tribute 2001 to 2006, and the Mercury Mariner 2005 and 2006. And if this video helped you out, please leave a like. Now, first thing you need to do is, after you have the tire off, you're going to need a screwdriver of some kind. I have one that's way too big for the job I want to do, but it's the one I have on hand right now. And then there's these little back caps right here that need to come off because the screws are underneath them. After you get them loose, they should come out with your fingers. And it's okay if you don't have these. These are just covers to keep mud and stuff out of the holes. And then there's one on the bottom too, right here. Put those somewhere where you can find them. For the back, the bolts that are on the back are star bit. So you're gonna need one of these bits. This is a T45 size. So if any auto parts store should have them if you just need that one piece. They do have sets though. Also, you're going to need a 3/8 ratchet, and extension will help you out. So what you want to do before you take the back nuts off is, I have a line wrench. I have 9/16. You can use a regular wrench for this, but it won't be as easy. You just put it on the hose back here for the brake line, and then it goes right on top of this, and then you just break it loose, because once you get this off, it's going to be hard to break it loose in midair. And also you're probably going to want a drain pan ahead of time for when you take the brake line off, in case any brake fluid falls out. So you just need to get it in behind this brake line right like that, and then break this one loose a little bit, and then break the bottom one loose too. And these take forever to come out. And even if the screws cry, they'll give up. So right here, you can see the threads. And when this is out about this far, you can use your screwdriver that you had earlier just to help pry this up a little bit, because when it's out, it doesn't come out of the hole all the way. And then the same thing with the bottom one. Alright, after you get those screws out far enough, and then they can move around. They should be like that far out. Then you just pry these up past this. Or like there, on the side a little bit, and then this can just come out. It may take a little bit of effort. If your brakes look like this, with the little, on the brand I have, this arch, you won't see an arch if the brakes are bad. My brakes are still good. Because I just replaced them recently. I just needed the caliper replaced, because that's what's wrong. So the next thing you're going to need to do, make sure your drain pan is underneath, and then all you got to do is just loosen this up a little bit, and you should be able just to unscrew it round and round. And hopefully don't drop it in the drain pan. There. And that's off. Alright, I have a new one. A new caliper. Well, it's a remanufactured caliper for this job. And I'm going to need to take this plug out. Don't forget to take this plug out, because this is going to get in your way when you're trying to put the brake line in. And then these has the new caps on it. So I can take the caps off, and you can see This is a different type of nut, or bolt. This new one has hex bolts instead of the star bolts, just to irritate people. It also comes with the new clip set and the washers. Now on the back of these, the size is 7mm hex bit, and there's two things you can do here. You can, well, these just come out. You can take the old bolts out of your old one, unless you have to return the whole thing to get credit back, which was what I'm doing. You can put the old bolts in here instead of these new ones, and then you don't have to get a second bit. But I happen to have both bits, so it's okay. It's a 7mm hex. Now this thing can come out pretty easily. You just get a screwdriver around the side and it will start to come up, and then you can just take it out. And it's got the threads and stuff in it, which is good. If it didn't have the threads, you want to take it back. You're going to take your brake line, which is now dripping, which is a good thing I had the tray under there, and you want to line it up and just tighten it up a bit around it. The other way you can do this is, say you have to take the whole brake line off with it. This is called Ring Around the Rosie Mechanics. Okay, that's on there now. So now that's in all the way. If you were just changing the brakes, this right here would be out further than it needs to be, and you can just press that back in with a C-clamp, and one of your old brake pads, you just stick it here and then just clamp it down, and then until it goes flat. I'm gonna probably do a video on that sometime, but I don't need to change the brakes yet. So just put the one with the clip on it goes on here. You have to squeeze it into the hole. And the other one can just sit right here on the front ledge. And then after you get all this on, and then this is on, it should just turn over and then sit right on top. Now before we put the brace on, we're going to start the bolts on the back, so then it will hold it into place and it won't fall off. So just push it back and then get it to line up, and then this, you'll feel it fall into place. And then just tighten it up a little bit. And once you get that in just a little bit, then line up the bottom one. You might have to lay on the ground to see the bottom one. Make sure it's lined up. Okay. Now, this should be able to go on easier. Now, start from this side, put it in the hole, and then this will lay you lined up. And then get this one. Your baby hammer in the hole. And then hold this bottom in. Pull this over just a little bit. Then you get it on. And that's on there. Okay, and after you get that on, then just tighten the back bolts up the rest of the way. And that's on. Then get your new caps and put those on the back. And now bottom. This will work way better in warm weather when you don't have to put gloves on your hands. These are the thinnest gloves I can wear, and it's not that warm. Okay, and then you can use your line wrench and tighten this down. Then you go to the bleeding process, because every time you take the caliper off, you're going to need to bleed the brakes. Alright, the caliper has been changed. The next thing you need to do is bleed the brakes, which I will cover very soon in another video. Until then, I hope this video helped you out, and if it did, leave a like. Any comments or questions, leave them down below, and a special thank you. I'm almost at 50 subscribers. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe. Until next time, thanks for watching.